Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. The Ministry of Infrastructure has responded to irate vendors at the Castries market who railed against what they said was a major inconvenience caused by recent road rehabilitation works. The vendors said the ministry should have known better than to undertake the work during the peak tourism season. Solange Alfred reports.
Vendors of the Castries Vendors Market have expressed their displeasure with a recent road rehabilitation project undertaken by the Ministry of Infrastructure. In a recently aired report on Hot 7 News, vendors were up in arms over the tarring of the road, which was done on Monday, November 26th. They claimed that with a cruise ship in port, the smell of the fumes and closure of one lane of the road was driving away tourists from seeing what the vendors had to offer. A deep sense of frustration was expressed to Hot 7 News by the president of the St. Lucia Craft and Dry Goods Vendors Association, Peter Ras Iper Isaac, who stated that although the road works was a worthwhile endeavor, the timing was all wrong. Speaking with the head of the potholing unit in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Tiberius Roberts, he explained that the Ministry of Infrastructure had all intentions of completing the works on Sunday, November 25th. But after a thorough assessment of the situation, it was concluded that more time was needed to complete the project.
We needed to repair it. We got a number of complaints and we needed to repair it. We attempt to work along with everybody at large by first communicating to the media and then to the police, who helped us on a Sunday to do the work. So we began doing the work on a Sunday with hopes that we would have been completed. The work was not completed on that Sunday because we found a lot larger areas than we thought originally we needed. We excavated the areas, we put pressure on, the balance of asphalt which we had, what we did was we did a surface portion of it with hopes that we'll come back and finish it for the portion that was remaining.
Roberts went on to state that if the unfinished road was to cause damage or injury to a person or property, the ministry would become liable. With that in mind, it was absolutely necessary for them to finish what they had started the following day.
By the time we got there, closed that portion, that lane, and to do the works, the police informed me of the headaches it seemed to have been causing because of the two cruise ships in the harbor. I immediately informed our people that we should pull out from there to allow the free flow of traffic, and we move our people to another area. And we have decided, actually by that time, the work had been completed.
According to Roberts, the Ministry of Infrastructure bears in mind many factors before moving forward with any road rehabilitation efforts where minor inconveniences can arise.
We must remember that it's a balancing act. We've got quite a bit of potholes around the island. We can't allow them to remain there, especially whether it's peak season or not. People keep getting hurt, whether it be through an accident or a busted wheel or rim that's crooked, when they incidentally fall into that hole. We need to balance it out whereby understanding that we have a peak season and we have tourism and we need to have a free flow of traffic versus the damage that we need to cure. So sometimes we may have to inconvenience people a bit, but it is not our intention to be careless or be mindless of this. We are mindful of the situation, and that is why we actually began doing the work on Sunday with intention to finish it on Sunday.
The Ministry of Infrastructure will, however, continue to work towards a superior road and transportation network. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
With growing discussion surrounding the legalization of cannabis, transport officials are touting a timely workshop which was geared at educating minibus drivers about the dangers of substance abuse. More in this report.
Minibus operators are considered the driving force behind St. Lucia's well-oiled working class. A large sector of society relies on the efforts of minibus operators. It is with these sentiments that the Department of Economic Development, Transport and Civil Aviation facilitated a workshop for members of several minibus associations to be educated on substance abuse. Transport Officer in the Division of Transport, Nisa Paul Alexander, noted that the workshop coincided with Road Safety Month and allowed for a partnership with drugfreeworld.org to educate the participants on the effects of substances and how it affects their day-to-day operations.
This particular initiative is very timely, and also with a lot of the talks on the implementation or legalization of marijuana, we also believe that it is very important for our drivers to be sufficiently informed as to the effects of that drug, while it may be legalized, what the impact and the effects that it can have when operating on our roads.
Port's captain on board the Free Winds cruise ship, Kent Weber, believes that workshops like these are vital to learn the truth about drugs, so an informed decision can be made before resorting to drug use. Weber expressed that the issue of cannabis remains one of great discussion.
Well, it was a matter of debate, which it still is. We didn't resolve anything, but it's still a matter of education. You know, it's inevitable that people are going to take drugs no matter what, legal or not. So it's just so we have the information provided that they can make the right decision. If you're going to be driving, operating a vehicle, operating a piece of equipment, take some responsibility and don't do it under the influence. You know, it's a little different than liming with your friends on the weekend as opposed to operating a vehicle.
Weber believes that the recent workshop had a huge impact on the drivers in helping them realize the great responsibility that lies on their shoulders and the importance of learning about the effects of drugs on the body as they continue to be drivers of economic development in St. Lucia. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
The St. Lucia Tourism Authority and the St. Lucia Hotel and Tourism Association have come together to closer examine the promotional marketing campaigns that are running and those that have recently concluded in source markets. It is an opportunity to engage some of the destination's representatives in these source markets to get an idea of the economic trends and emerging markets where new advertising campaigns could be launched.
Well, the opportunity gives us a forum to discuss areas for potential collaboration going forward. The association enjoys a very healthy relationship with the authority. We have got directors that straddle both boards, and for our general members who don't often come into contact with these representatives who represent the destination and source markets, it's an opportunity for them to engage personally, and so that coming out of the information that's being shared, they can re-engineer or redirect their own specific marketing campaigns for their respective brands and their respective properties.
The forum provided the occasion for the general members of the SLHTA to engage with SLTA officials and the destination's marketing representatives in its source markets. Affiliate partners were also a part of the discussions and presentations. They received timely information to guide the revamping of their own marketing campaigns for their properties or brands. Acting CEO of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, SLTA, Tiffany Howard, says together the stakeholders can all play an integral role in continuously elevating the destination.
I think sometimes because we're always on the road, we're out in the various markets around the world, we lose sight of the fact that there are so many people involved in making sure that St. Lucia stays top of mind around the world as a destination. So this is an opportunity for us to bring all of our teams together, for them to talk to our partners, for them to engage our partners, and to look at what we can do for 2019 and beyond, and how we plan to partner together to make St. Lucia even stronger as a destination.
That was the acting CEO of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Tiffany Howard. The Salvation Army is urging the public to participate in its annual Kettle Drive, which aims to ensure that the underprivileged can indeed have a Merry Christmas. The motto is to give with a cheerful heart.
The season of giving is upon us, and the Salvation Army is encouraging members of society to give what they can to assist those who are less fortunate. The organization, operated by its Chief Executive Officer, Major Derek Mitchell, explains that the Salvation Army kicked off its Kettle Drive from the first week of November with the hopes of collecting funds to assist members of society who are underprivileged. They're also putting together a Treat the Children treat for children from low-income households on December 8th at the Derek Walcott Square.
Proceeds from our Kettle Drive is going towards our outreach program for the Christmas and for also our programs throughout the year. This Christmas we have quite a number of activities that we're going to be engaged in. We have the Treat the Children's Treat down by the Derek Walcott Square. That is going to be on the 8th of December, Saturday the 8th of December. At that function we bring in all of the needy children all across St. Lucia, and we provide Christmas cheer for them. We have the bouncing castles, bouncer boats, we have the train ride, we have face painting, we have quite a lot of activities that they are going to be engaged in. The target, the persons who we are targeting is the lower income and the needy families in St. Lucia. However, that activity is going to be also open to the paying public, where they can come and be a part of the excitements and the activities that day.
Mitchell went on to explain that other efforts by the Salvation Army will include a hygiene and gift hamper to the inmates at the Body Lake Correctional Facility, a visit and treat for patients at the Victoria Hospital, and a grocery hamper feeding program that will assist families in need.
Last year, with the help and the support of the St. Lucian people, we were able to give out 1,020 food hampers. This year, we are hoping to give out even more.
According to Corps Officer and Preschool Administrator Captain Sandra Mitchell, the daily affairs of the Salvation Army is not an easy feat. However, the organization aims to help everyone who comes through their doors, and through the small donation using the kettle drive, every St. Lucian can help someone in need as well.
A lot of persons have come into our organization, and what we try to do is to meet them at the point of their need, because people come in various situations. And I was telling somebody the other day that when I get home in the evening, it's not because I am physically tired, but because I'm emotionally tired, because the number of different situations that comes to us from day to day, we realize that the Salvation Army is very important, and we are really serving the people of St. Lucia. When you drop even $1 in the kettle, it goes towards a worthy cause. Because we imagine a person at home don't have anything for Christmas, and you can be a part of providing something in that home for that needy family. So just see yourself, even if it's $1, just see yourself contributing to this wider effort.
The Salvation Army provides a much-needed service to St. Lucia, with its operations which include a daily hot meal feeding program, daycare service, counseling services, and a thrift store. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Thank you, Solange. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.